this thing, what is she talking about? But I learned early on that you really needed to move forward. And I hope you all have good support systems. My best support system was my mother, who was a bossy little broad and loving and pushed me every day, all the time, to really go forward. Because we had no money, but my mother always said, you're going to college. And I believed it, so I went to, it was my fault. I had to find out how to do it, and I did it, So you've got all these wonderful opportunities now, and so I'm so proud to see all of you, because it's a great profession, and you're entering a tough world.
What would you say is the most rewarding moment in your nursing career?
See, I've had a lot of reward, Oh, geez, that is very hard. All right, because I consider my whole adult life my nursing career. I don't assume it's just when I was taking care of a patient. Well, early on in my career, when I went to New York City and walked down the street and saw Hunter College, and I didn't understand why everybody wasn't there because it was free. You sort of paid a fee for your books and you turned them back in. But over those years, and I was completing my first master's degree, I was asked to help open a new college called Medgar Evers College, which was in Brooklyn, New York, part of the City University of New York. All right. And I had helped open this center in Harlem, community-based center, when community mental health centers were very new, and had done a lot of things there, and it was very rewarding. But then was helped open this new college, and I was to create an associate and baccalaureate nursing program. So that was very important, because I literally did it, helped write out the curriculum with faculty and consultants on my living room floor. I thought that was a challenge, and that was fun. So we really started those programs at Medgar Evers College, and I loved that. And so that was very, very rewarding. So that's one thing. Now, do you have a question you'd like to ask?
I can't think of it now. Come back to me.
Pardon, I didn't hear you.
I said come back to me.
Come back to you later? All right, that's all right. I just want, all right. All right, where's this supposed to go?
At the wireless mic.
Here, you put it on. I have no idea how to do this. All right. Whew. And this, well, I'll hold this one. All right. So I've just had a lot of challenges over the years in doing different things in nursing, but that was among them. All right.
What factors do you feel contributed to you overcoming adversity and excellence in the field of nursing?
What was the first part of the sentence?
What factors do you
Factors, all right. Well, you notice I'm African American, and I've been that 76 years. All right. And people used to ask me, what was the biggest challenge being a woman, being African American? I said, I have no idea, because I came out of the womb with both. All right, so that's the way it was. And I was born in 1936, if you want to figure that out. It's easy enough. And it was during a challenging time in our country, but many other years were too. I had the advantage of having a very good mother. All right. I had a father, but the mother is the one who really did, because I had a lot of life problems in my early years, etc., etc. But she really wanted her daughter to do good things. I really tell you early on, I said, this lady is raising me by herself. I didn't think it was a good idea. I didn't think it was going to be an option for me, and it wasn't. I just decided not to do that. But she did. She says, oh no, I really wanted you. And she was almost 25 when she had me, and during those years that was considered old to have a baby at 25. So really over the years, she really was my solid mentor, when I say mentor. And, and she was not Catholic, and she didn't know when my father became a Catholic, but he decided I should be baptized. And so over the years, she finally became baptized to make sure I got to church, because I would not always get there, right? And the reason I bring that up is that I went through all Catholic schools, and during those years, I'm not suggesting that public schools are not good, but during those years, it was very much to my advantage to be in good Catholic schools, and so I got a good, solid education. Now, we moved a lot, had a lot of family issues. By the time I graduated from high school, I'd been in 9 schools, so, but they were all Catholic schools. And then went to a Catholic nursing training. At that point, I said, "Mom, that's it. You won't see me again in that." She was my first strong mentor. And even after, when I got married and certain things happened, and my husband said, "Oh, you don't need to go back to school." I said, I am not going to call California, I lived in New York then, and tell my mother that I'm quitting graduate school because such and such happened. I didn't think it was a good idea, so I got up out of the bed and went back to school, and finished my degrees. When I finished my first master's, I got a position in Harlem, and that was, again, before you were born, in the 60s. Were you born in the 60s? You were probably the only one. All right. And I met a woman whose name was June Jackson Christmas, a psychiatrist. And at that point in our country, you've heard about the 60s or read about it or whatever. Professionals were coming back to Harlem, because life was a little easier outside of Harlem. And really, she got some grants and really set up a center in Harlem. And June Jackson Christmas was a really fantastic mentor. She helped me get my first publications. She gave me, did my first presentations. Just a really good woman. Now, I still know her. That woman is 88 years old and decided she's still going to do some more.
Sorry, we're picking up on 2 mics. We need to take that first mic off so that they can hear you.
Damn, do I know which one that is?
Okay, let's see if we can follow.
All right, so this one is the first mic. First mic. This one is the one they just
The one they just put on needs to stay. So.
All right, this is the one then.
Okay.
All right. No, that one. All right, so here, let's do this other one. All right, fine. So June was really a fantastic mentor. Then, from working with her in Harlem, I then went to help start this new college called Medgar Evers College. And my boss's name was Wendell Clement. And he was a fantastic mentor for me. He said, finish your doctorate, number one. So I got to I was associate dean of academic affairs for the whole college, not just for the health area. And he said, you can be a president. You can do it. I said, I'll never get another boyfriend. No, I can't do this. All right, so, push. And actually, because of him, I applied and ultimately got the position here. All right? And so I consider those 3 people my major in life mentors. They were just wonderful people, wonderful for me.
All right. In your bio, it states that you were first asked to present yourself as a Mexican, and then you had to leave school because of the racist environment. So one of our students, Holly, asks, what made you go on and not let these things stop you, like others may have?
What it was is that I was finishing high school in St. Louis at Rosati King High School, and they just integrated the Catholic students there. And I was trying to figure a way to go to college. We had no money. And this little student had come through on career day and said, you too can be a nurse. So I went to that hospital, which was all white, everything was segregated in St. Louis. And, but I asked the nun, could I come here as a student? Oh, of course, she said that. Of course you can, Sister Mary Renee. I always said we shouldn't go to the same heaven. But anyway, she never occurred to her that I was really high up in my class and I passed all the tests well. And so I went to, I didn't hear, and my mother, who's also find out what happened, all right? So I called and got an appointment, and went in and sat with Sister Mary Renee in my little. Am I connected here? Can I take? No, I don't know what I can take off. Here, this. In my little Catholic school uniform, and she said, "Well, yes, you really did well in the test, and you did, you know." She said, "But we have no private rooms." And the mothers would get upset if you shared a room with one of their daughters. And there were only women, girls, in nursing school at that point. And she said, but if I was willing to pass for Mexican, she'd let me in the school. And only Sister Margaret O'Brien, whatever, Miss Margaret O'Brien would know about it. I looked at her, again, I wasn't too cooperative. I took a deep breath and I said, you know, for 17 years I've been either Negro or colored, whatever we were then. I didn't say colored. And my parents would just get so upset if now they found out I was something else. Sister Mary Renee was not pleased. I went home and told my mother she wasn't pleased, nobody was pleased, right? So they had never had a person of color. They actually, when I looked at the old pictures, they had Haitian students there, but they didn't consider her black, right? So she said you can go to our sister school, but you have to apply, and that was in Springfield, Missouri, and I did apply and was accepted among our first there. But then I ultimately transferred to St. Louis, Missouri, and so I was the first black student at that particular school, St. John's University in St. Louis, Missouri. And at the end of the year, it was a tough year, and I was top in the class, etc. The nuns, Sister Mary Robert, they were all, you know, those names. And she said, you know, you ought to, the salaries were terribly low. You ought to, you know, give us a year or two because we've given you such good education. I thought, let me get out of town. All right, and my career path, of course, was clear. I had a boyfriend in East Orange, New Jersey, outside of New York City, and one in Cleveland, and I liked one in New York City better. We got on a bus and went to New York City. So here we were. You know, and started my career. Yeah, I lived in New York City 23 years. I was married and divorced, but I got all my degrees there. In fact, let me tell you about this. I was in graduate school in my area, because I was psych was my love, my area. I was in a group development class. And one of my problems, is my mouth doesn't keep shut too often. I'm over talking, and this white male faculty member